Scott from the Mountain Dispatch and Scott Shot Media. Today is Friday, February 12th, and this is what is happening on the mountain. We are about ready to start a long 3-day holiday weekend, so you can expect to see increased traffic today, especially this evening, throughout the entire weekend, and a lot of downbound traffic on Monday, as a lot of people have the day off, a lot of people coming up to the mountains. Of course, this brief snowstorm, rain below 5,000 feet, snow above 6,000 feet, caused some problems this morning. Lots of traffic accidents, lots of rock slides. So be careful out there. Currently, there is R2 chain conditions in effect on State Route 38 up and over Onyx Summit and upper passing lane at State Route 330. Appears that those are going to be below the rocks and all of the snow cleared from the road. But it was pretty treacherous this morning. Conditions are improving. CalTrans does not have any project the weekend and on the holiday Monday, so that is good news. High wind watch in effect starting tomorrow morning and through tomorrow evening. You could actually see some gusts going on today as this trough, this third last of three troughs, leaves the area. And with that, we will see some high winds, potentially damaging. Snow and rain is still possible as the system wraps around as it leaves the region. Probably not a lot of accumulation, but just be prepared. Of course, this weather is leaving us with little or no fire risk for the next 7 days. Today and tomorrow, it'll be little to no risk, and then it elevates slightly to low off and on for the next few days, primarily due to the strong winds that we are likely to get later on this weekend and through early next week. 11 crimes were reported on the mountain in the past 2 days. We'll go ahead and post graphics of those, so if you saw some police activity in your neighborhood, you can see what was going on. And lastly, we're seeing a little bit of a bump, not to be surprised, post Super Bowl bump. We got 21 new cases reported in the past 2 days, which isn't horrible. A little bit higher than we saw earlier in the week. Brings us to about 94 active cases, and then just those 2 deaths that were reported earlier this week, one in Blue Jay and Running Springs. So that's what's happening in a quick minute. If you have a few more minutes to stick around, we'll go into greater details, starting with our traffic. You can see chain patrol in effect from about Angeles Oaks, around the 5,000 foot level, up and over the Onyx Summit into Sugarloaf, and then, of course, upper passing lane, Highway 330. Expect to see these to go away probably early this afternoon. 330 is probably going to be lifted even before that as the system leaves the area. When it does leave, we still snow for the rest of the day, but tonight it should clear out. Tomorrow morning, we're expected to see some pretty gusty winds. So we have a high wind. Once that leaves, we will have some clear, sunny skies, cool temperatures, pretty standard for this time of year, and should have a really nice President's Day weekend in store. Some really strong winds forecasted, major winds forecasted for the Inland Empire for tomorrow. And then locally, as those overnight winds tomorrow night through Sunday morning, a couple of days of calm winds, and then another wind event, potentially even stronger for the mountains on Wednesday. And of course, we'll keep you updated on that. No fires to report on the mountain. We have a little to no fire risk. Monday, Tuesday, especially as we see a little drying out because of these strong winds that are forecasted, but nothing too serious. Forest floor remains under moderate fire risk, which is pretty normal for this time of year. And also normal is our 4-month look ahead, where we are at an average risk of fires in the Southern California region. 3 crimes reported in the Rim communities in the past 2 days, 8 in the Bear Valley communities. I'll go ahead and post this graphic so that you can see if there was any police activity in your neighborhood, what was going on. Lastly, our COVID-19 update. Numbers are still looking pretty good. We have 5 communities that have been. Yeah, unfortunately, these are all small communities for the most part, so that hasn't made a big impact regionally as far as what our risk is. And that's important, especially when we're talking about our schools being able to open up. But we had 21 new cases reported over the past 2 days and 2 new deaths reported. Our numbers were about 5.3% mountain-wide total people testing positive using the state. We are under widespread risk. This is 7-day average, trailing 7 days. So these numbers are 8 to 14 days old. So we're still under widespread risk on the average in Bear Valley, still under widespread risk on the average in the Rim communities. A little bit of a bump post Super Bowl Sunday. We are at 42 cases per 100,000. We'd like to see that number way below 7. We were getting close, and we'll get back there if everyone behaves themselves, practice social distancing, get your vaccinations. But these all the numbers. That's not just on the mountain. Countywide, that there's a bit of a bump. Statewide, there's a bit of a bump, and even in the country, a bit of a bump. So these numbers were down in the 20s earlier this week, 20 per 100,000. We'll get back there again. I'm sure of it. Anyhow, To Dispatch is our new online digital newspaper. You can sign up for updates there. Check in often. We have news articles about public health and safety, timely tips, and things like that. If you have any suggestions, anything you'd like to see an article written about, feel free to email me, scott@scottshotmedia.com, or shoot me off a text message. If you want updates on Facebook, best places to go is What is Happening on the Mountain. And for late breaking news, we will post them on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Periscope. Follow us at ScottShotMedia. Have a wonderful and safe weekend.